Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. There are red, green and blue marbles in a jar. 30% of the total marbles are blue and 20% of the blue marbles are green. If there are 32 red marbles, then find the number of green marbles. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the total number of marbles in the jar. Once I get the total number of marbles in the jar, then using this information, I can get the number of green marbles. Okay, let me assume the total number of marbles in the jar as X. Now let's find the number of blue marbles. For that we can use this information. That is 30% of the total is blue. So the number of blue marbles equals to 30% of the total, which is X. That is 30% of X. Now we can convert this 30% to decimal. When I convert this 30% to decimal, I'm getting 0.3. And OF of can be written as multiplication. That is 0.3 times X. Now I got the number of blue marbles in terms of X. That is 0.3X. Now let's find the number of green marbles using this piece of information. Let me write the stuff over here. Okay, to get the number of green marbles, what we have to do is we have to take 20% of the blue marbles. Already we got the number of blue marbles, that is 0.3x. So that is 20% of this 0.3x equals to number of green marbles. Then we have 20% of 0.3x. So this expression represents the number of green marbles. Let's do some simplification. We can write this 20% as a decimal. Then I'm getting 0.2, and OF of means in mathematics it's multiplication. There is 0.2 times 0.3x. When I multiply 0.2 and 0.3, I'm getting 0.06x. Okay, now I got the number of blue marbles in terms of X, it is 0.3x, and I got number of green marbles in terms of X, it is 0.06x. Now let's find the total number of blue and green. Let me write the stuff over here. Total of blue and green. Let me write it. Total of blue and green. To get the total number of blue and green marbles, we have to add 0.3x and 0.06x. Let me write over here. 0.3x positive. 0.06x. When I add them, I am getting 0.36x. Okay, now what I can do is I can convert this 0.36 to percentage. So to convert your decimal to percentage, what I have to do is I have to multiply the decimal by 100. When I multiply this 0.36 by 100, I am getting 36. That is 36% of X. So in the total marbles X, 36% are blue and green. Okay, usually we consider 100% as a total. In 100% of X, 36% of are blue and green. The remaining 64% are, it must be red. So 64% of the total number of marbles, that is X, must be equal to the number of red marbles. Already we know the number of red marbles that is given in the question itself, that is 32. Okay, now in this equation we can solve for X, which represents the total number of marbles in the jar. Okay, for that we have to write this 64% as a decimal. Then I'm getting 0.64 times X equals to 32. Let me divide both sides by 0.64. Let me do it on the right side. Then 0.64, 0.64 will cancel out. Now we have X on the left side. On the right side, when I divide 32 by 0.64, I'm getting 50. Now I got the total number of marbles in the jar, that is 50. But our aim is to find the number of green marbles in the jar. For that, I have to plug in this 50 for X over here, because this 0.06 times X represents the number of green marbles in the jar. Okay, now let me plug in X equals to 50 over here. Then I'm getting 0.06 times 50. When I multiply this 0.06 and 50, I'm getting 3. The number of green marbles in the jar is 3. We find 3 in answer choice A. The correct answer choice for this question is A.